Greetings. I'm listening.
Good to meet you.
I've been expecting you.
For the good.
You come get the voodoo.
Hey there. And you are?
Light be with you.
You come to consult the spirits?
Welcome to Orgrimmar. Have you come to serve the Horde?
Shiny. Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
Hello and welcome to Control Alt WoW, the podcast for those of us who love World of Warcraft and love making mini alts. Today is Sunday, June 6, 2021, and this is episode 711 entitled Kurly's Here. I'm Kurly, your host, and with me are my two awesome co-hosts and a wonderful guest host. Hello, Constructs. How are you today?
I'm feeling fantastic. The computer glitches all abound, and I have a file that I'm looking for, but I'll sort it out.
Yeah, we have faith in you. And Glenn Nagus, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Zenga moshing.
Oh, nice.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
In the actual classic Burning Crusade Sangomar,
Classic
Yes.
Burning Crusade.
which is much harder than the retail Sangomar.
Yes, much harder. All right, and we have Kurly. Hello, Kurly. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're very excited to have you. You've been back. Now, you took a break, but now you're back, right?
Yeah. It was a break because I had a computer that couldn't handle WoW.
I know. The demands of WoW are very demanding.
Yep. And so when we got the first extra check from What's-His-Face in November, I used it to buy a new computer.
So you did stimulate the economy.
I did. Willingly and with vigor. And as I was just telling Grand Nagus, I just learned that I can turn my graphics all the way up to 8 and not 4.
It goes up to 11.
Does it really?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it goes up to 9.
Okay.
And how pretty this game actually is. Even when it's in a little window on the corner of my monitor, because I have Zoom up on the other corner.
Right. Okay. Well, it's glad to have you here. We look forward to hearing your experience. And because you're playing both classic and retail?
No, just retail. But I have gotten into some new stuff, which is rated battlegrounds.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's exciting. All right.
Oh my God! And for rated battlegrounds, you need proper stuff.
Right.
So,
Not necessarily, but we'll get into that.
We'll get into that when we get to your week.
Yeah.
All right. What's going on this week?
well, this week we have. Let me just see. Just opening up the game since I.
Torghast.
Yeah, Torghast is ending now.
Yeah.
And we have the tugboat bash still going on currently, and it ends on Tuesday.
No, what's that?
The tugboat Thousand
Needles
bash is the when you in retail when you play in Thousand Needles you start.
Oh yeah, the tugboat. Yeah.
To acquire this tugboat that you can drive around, ship around, and sail around in. And the 1,000-boat bash is basically a micro holiday that takes place in Thousand Needles and has to do with those little boats. So
and mayhaps to investigate.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, you still have 2 more days to do it. So, yeah. And then the arena skirmish ends on Tuesday, and in its place we'll get the World Quest bonus event. And on top of that, we'll get the PvP Brawl, Warsong Scramble. Not sure. Can you do those PvP brawls as rated battlegrounds?
No,
you cannot.
Okay.
No, they're very fun though. I love those brawls. Those brawls are fun.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done it because it's just not for me. And then obviously we have the Dark Moon Fair that opened again.
Oh yeah, it's Dark Moon Fair time. Get that.
Yep.
Wee buff.
Exactly.
I'm
The
heading
wee
there now.
buff.
Oops.
And then sometime later in the month, because it's that month again, it's June again.
It's June again.
We'll get
It's summer.
It's Midsummer Fire Festival, so make sure that you prepare all your alts.
You know what I heard last night, and I wanted to scream fireworks. It's not even July.
Me too, in my neighborhood too.
Yes,
Yep.
stop it.
Well, poor pets. All the dogs go crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not to mention the vets with PTSD. So,
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, so that's basically what's going on. With regards to other things, if I could get my game to work, that would be perfect. Thank you very much.
I like your jacket, Grenadiers.
Isn't that cool?
Thank you.
It looks like a race driver horde jacket.
You know what's funny is, I have the horde tattoo here, and every once in a while when I'm out and about and I'm not wearing
Someone recognizes it.
Yes, and it's the best thing ever. They go, "Is that a horde insignia?" I said, "Yes, of course." Do I look like I'm 12 years old?
Hey.
Oh. You do look like you're 12 years old.
I have one of each class spec on both.
On both sides.
Both, yeah.
So technically, you go. Oh, never mind.
I'm bi-factional.
You're bi-factional.
I'm factional fluid.
So today,
you're Demi
little
Lovato.
news stuff. Since we have Kurly here, we might as well talk a little PvP.
Yeah, because
I'm down.
He is the PvP meister.
Oh, I don't know if I'd go that far.
No, just a little note for people that haven't seen the newest article on MMO Champion yet.
Yes.
Apparently, there has been there has been an interview, a PvP preview with Brian Holinka.
Oh.
So
if you want to listen to it, you can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, apparently they're well, they went back to honor gains for gear acquisition, which they had stepped away from for a while, which was awful because before every time you leveled up your honor level was when you got gear. It was just terrible. At least I thought it was terrible. So yeah, now it's back to, you get honor per win and loss in battlegrounds, and then you can buy gear, and then you can use that honor to level up the same gear. But once you hit 60, the gear curve you have to go through is brutal.
Right.
Especially this late in the expansion, because you have people who are in, full conquest gear who have 2.5 times your health, who can one-shot you just by blowing on you. It's terrible. I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's better than it was before. PvP can be kind of a crapshoot in general anyways. I mean, I've been on days when it's like you just win, and then it's just lose, and you lose badly too. But it's still very exciting. My Alliance guild mate, the one guild mate I have, he created a PvP community, and it's been going very well for them. I'm not quite as into it as they are, but like last night we did a bunch of them, and we had so much fun. Like, we just had a blast. It was chaotic. It was crazy. Everyone's yelling at it. Someone's coming here, someone's going there. Oh my God, I'm down. Oh my God, do that. But, we did it for about an hour and a half, and we had a blast.
Nice.
And that's what it's all about, But it can be frustrating because you can be severely outgeared in some matches, and that's never any fun.
Now, how do you get... Oh, well, we'll get to your segment, I guess.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk about quickly is something that has been talked about for quite a while now, and it comes up every time we start a new expansion, and that is the subject of flying. We were told that we were going to get flying in 9.1, which is obviously the next upcoming first upcoming content patch. So now we get more details on how that works. And this is from a blue post that they put out. It says, your covenant is the wind beneath your wings. You will need to prove your utmost loyalty to them by earning renown level 44 prior to liftoff.
Well, that's not bad.
Make sure that you are at
40
or reach renown level 40 before Chains of Domination goes live, so that your efforts go directly into the levels that will become available with the content update. So what they're saying is, if you want your flying as early as possible with no catch up needed, so that could take like a couple of days or even weeks longer, because you need to catch up to renown level 40. Make sure that you do that, reach level 40, which is the current max.
Right.
Now before 9.1 is released. So you then can start on the 4 additional required renown levels. If you're struggling to reach renown level 40 prior to the release, note that there are note that when the content patch goes live, previous sources of renown will grant more and at a higher rate than currently.
So like the dailies.
So apparently you have a higher chance to get renown. I'm not sure if they're saying that more, meaning you can get multiple renown levels from one source, or just a higher quote-unquote drop rate. But I expect it to be the latter rather than the former. Not
like renown, you usually got a renown level like when you return souls from the maw.
Yeah.
And some of those dailies, I think too, or storyline stuff. You can get renown from storyline stuff too.
Yeah,
Right.
Yep, exactly. But you can only get 3 per day if you're at max level renown.
Yeah.
So if you play catch up, you can get 10, 15 a day theoretically if you have enough content. But if you're at current threshold max level, you can only get 3 per day. So you can do whatever, how much content you want, you can only get 3. You have to complete your Covenant campaign before you unfurl your wings. You must progress
the storyline
through the newest chapters within your Covenant campaign, specifically early into the last sigil, which is chapter 12. Currently, the max chapter number is 9. So we need to complete 10, 11, and 12.
Have you switched Covenant, anyone?
No, and I don't.
I did. It's a pain in the behind.
Imagine. I can imagine. Yeah.
I guess if you switch, because you lose everything.
Right.
So
you have to start all over again
for the new one. But if you go back to the original, you get it all back, I guess.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, but you don't know.
No, yeah. So don't test it out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bank on that.
Yeah, because people were switching because some covenants are better for raiding, versus what's the other one that people do that's crazy? The mythics. Like some are better for mythics, some are better for raiding, and some are better for PvP. So people switch back and forth.
Plus, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see. Where's the rest? There's one more thing that I wanted to mention. This chapter unlocks when you reach level renown level 44, the last sigil, accessible within the second week of change of domination. There are currently 9 chapters, as I said, and you can check your current progress by opening your map and quest log, and there you'll see how far you are into your story, your Covenant story, because it'll say X of 9 chapters complete.
Nice.
So that is basically what you need to do to get flying, and then you can you can fly. I have heard something about a currency or a item you have to buy, but I just can't find that reference in the blue post that I'm reading. So we'll get back to that next week. If that is really the case, I remember Hazel talking about it on Saturday in her weekly vlog, but she wasn't 100% sure either. So I'll investigate a little more and then get back to you guys next week.
Okay.
So that's basically what I have with regards to news. So let's get into our weeks.
All right.
I've had a fantastic weekend. Wow. It's very comforting. Those battlegrounds where you're not necessarily putting out more damage, but you feel like you're contributing more by pushing all the buttons all at once. Bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Constructs, how's your weekend WoW been?
My weekend WoW has been mostly doing my mission table, and it's been mostly on the iPhone. So there's days where I was running out of battery because I was using and abusing it too much.
Oh, wow.
And because I check it like 3 to 5 times to 12 times a day.
Wow.
Yeah, well, like a mission's done, and like you don't have to go to sit at your computer. You just turn on the phone. You sort of know what level range your champions are at,
right?
And you send them off to collect anima. So I got like 2,500 anima for not sitting at the computer, which is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I was doing as well the auction house because I didn't really have a lot of sit down play during the week, so I would just like try and do the callings when I had time. Like once every 3 days, I would do all the callings,
right?
And then the other times I would go and do this thing where you go to the anima conductor and you put like a quarter in to get it to power up. So it powers up for the day, and then you can do this mission once or twice.
Yeah.
And then you go in the next day and you put another quarter in, and it powers up again. And if you do it for 10 days in a row,
okay,
it asks you, do you want to permanently
turn it
on for one of those missions? And this is non-refundable. Like it's permanent. I said, sure. So I got one of my missions that is always not there now because it's like I did it for like 10 days.
Yeah.
After 10 days, you have a permanent upgrade.
Oh.
So, but you have to do it 10 days in a row. If you miss a day, like it goes down, it powers down.
You have to start off.
So the level of commitment I just cannot get on board with. Sorry. I have trouble with commitment.
I had to do something for the show, so I'll try this anima conductor thing, see if I can get it to work. So I didn't do any pet battle dungeons. I didn't do any Port of Embers, the big scenario thing, and I went into one dungeon and I thought they were going to kick me because I wiped the group twice.
Yeah, that'll kick you.
So the tank said something unfriendly towards the mage and I'm like, well, I've never had 4 ghosts up at once in the halls of atonement, and I said I don't know what to do. It got tank says, you see the ghost, you take it to the cage, and the cage absorbs the ghost. Oh, I didn't get a mechanic. I didn't know what to do. So, you have to read the dungeon journal. Sometimes that's hard to do. So I just go in there with blind, and I just tunnel into the boss and stuff. And I had the best DPS in there, but if you don't know the mechanic, you can still wipe the group. So I got rep for Halls of Atonement. I remembered last night to go get my Wii buff and to turn in my
your weed buff?
My Wii buff, yeah, where you ride the carousel for reputation.
I thought you said weed buff. I was like, what?
Yeah. No, I wish it was.
It's pretty much that. It's a high for 1 hour.
Right.
And I got 3 Paragon caches on the same day. Now, 1 Paragon cache gave me a pet, the Larian cub, which I already had, and it gave me a malfinishing Goliath gauntlet, which is basically an infinity gauntlet. If you flick your fingers, you kill half the critters in a 40-yard area.
So you're Thanos.
Cruelty to animals.
I know, you kill half the bunnies.
No.
And, yeah, so don't flick the fingers. So that's one of the toys that dropped in there. I'm almost at 10,000 anima, which will give me an achievement for upgrading all my not order hall. I would say order hall, but it's what's that thing? Covenant buildings.
Right.
My covenant buildings to rank 3, so I'm missing like 500. I was at 7,500 yesterday when I sat at the computer, and there was all these quests for anima. 250 here, 250 there. Bet on yourself, which is a quest I always do every week. You go to the Theater of Pain, and there's this trader there that wants to bet on one that you're going to complete one of the fights, and I'm noticing the groups are smaller and smaller and smaller. I had a warlock and myself taking down the bosses.
Oh, and I love that. I love those things. Those are so much fun.
Yeah, and the warlock was not moving the boss, so I was ending up having to take damage to attack the boss because it was sitting in a pool of area of effect. So, but I got it done, and the warlock was OP. I don't. The blueberry just seems to not die.
Oh wow, mine dies all the time.
And so I got like 2,000 anima yesterday. Feels funny to say that word. I think that's a joke on Blizzard's part. They take from our culture and add to it. We got Bellivores in the chat room.
Oh,
welcome, Bellivores. And Commander. Hi, chat room. I had not much time for group content this week, which makes me a little bit sad because I'm playing an MMO, but I'm more playing it like a single player game. So
but we have the prospect of being a group.
Yeah, we can do group content. It's just I don't have a lot of time. Just on Saturday, I had a little bit of time. I helped Mrs. Constructs today. It was great. She had a few things lined up for me to do, and I felt positive after that. And looking forward to do the show every week because it gives me so much energy to keep the week going. My job's a little bit boring right now. I'm doing the same thing every day, so I'm hoping that things pick up at work and we get a little bit more variety. I don't have a lot of achievements because right now the achievements are on the slow burn week. I just have these long achievements to put in for, and other than pet battles, I still do pet battles almost every day when I find the polished pet charms quests.
Right.
So I go out of my way to do those, and I have war mode on, so I get like 30% or 40% more anima. So when I do a quest for 250 anima, I get an extra 36 anima. For there's things that's called Echoes of Conflict or something. It drops into your bag and is worth 3 anima each. So you get a stack of 12 when you do a bigger quest. And once I've upgraded my last building to the third rank, then you're supposed to get a lot more anima because you get one more of the quest items per quest. So right now I'm looking at my my offerings in the game. I've got this currency that says Grateful Offerings. So that's a currency to buy the legendaries and a couple other cosmetic items in the game.
Right.
I don't know if I'm going to get every legendary because I'm afraid they're going to take them away at the end, like the board power stuff. So I have 3,000 soul ash, but I don't have a single legendary to put.
Holy moly, that's a lot of soul ash.
It is.
Yeah, but I don't have anything to put it into.
Oh my god!
And I haven't looted the thing from the Spires of Ascension to make my ring.
You could do a 235 with that, probably, couldn't you? Or 230?
I don't even know how the thing works. I've got the quest to make a legendary, but I don't have the two items.
You can buy them on the auction house.
The missives and the rune vessel, I don't have.
Both you can buy on the auction house.
You can make them yourself. You can, if you have.
You can craft them. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
Right.
If you have.
My warlock level inscription, so.
Yeah, then you just go and buy them. Decide which two you want, go buy them, and then you go and do you have a tailor that's maxed?
I have a tailor, no, not max.
No, maxed in profession.
Yeah, he's maxed in professional tailor, yeah.
Yeah, so he can make the rune vessel that you need.
The tailor can?
Right. Yeah.
Or buy it off the auction house.
Or if you need it for your warlock, or make it for whatever you need it for your leather worker, for your rogue, and for your leather working, and blacksmith for the
vessel.
So you just need it for the appropriate. You know how the things work.
I don't know how the legendaries work this expansion. I haven't figured it out.
It's complicated.
You need the proper rune vessel for your armor type, and you know where your stuff is made. Leather and mail you get from leatherworking, blade from blacksmithing, and tailoring is for cloth. So
missive of versatility, missive of critical strike.
Yeah, look up what.
I would want versatility and haste.
Versatility is better for PvP, I believe.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Right.
Yeah, and then just go to that guy who's all chained up in just before Torghast and plug all the stuff in, and ba-boom, you have a legendary.
Okay, so I got the two missive. Where do I get? I don't know how to do the rune vessel.
It's different for each armor type. Like you have to look it up. Like look it up on Wildhead.
It's not different though. You just craft it, as I said, with the respective profession.
Yeah.
If you have,
you
are a rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go to your leather worker.
It's saying all I need now is a rune vessel.
Yes, yeah. Do you have a leather worker?
No, I have a blacksmith.
Do you have a leather worker?
He's maxed out, but I didn't. The profession's maxed out, but the level's only 53.
But your profession is maxed out. The profession is what you need to craft it.
Right.
Right? Yeah. So if your character can craft something, the level doesn't matter. It never has.
It's called Umbrahide. It's Umbrahide. Umbrahide, helm, pauldrons, vest, arm guard, gauntlets, waist guard, leggings, or treads. So if you look up Umbrahide on the auction house, and I don't know if one slot's better than the other, but those are the legendary.
Comes up as a white item.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So if you...
We're doing it live, folks.
Thank you. Exactly. We're doing it live.
Relocate this tune because logging out's going to take a whole 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
So funny.
It's
so like I have a bunch of legendaries, but I have to pick one, I guess.
Well, like I said, I don't know like if one slot's better than the other. I don't think it is.
Oh, of course it is.
Slot
is it?
Slot.
Of course, because the slot, basically, each legendary has a different property. And one property is better than another.
Right.
More crit is better than stun.
No, but those are the missives. The missives are what put your...
Oh, Kurly, listen to me.
Listen, Linda. Listen.
If your legendary it has the ability to stun every 10 seconds.
Oh, so the memory. You're talking about the memory.
Yeah,
yes. The memory is just the knowledge of what the legendary does.
Yeah. Like on my hunter, I have the neck.
Yeah.
So
why do you have the neck? Why don't you have the boots?
Because I didn't know one was better than the other. Because the neck doesn't have, all it has is stamina.
Yeah. So again, what do you want? Do you want
it's saying the neck and wrist for like Valor Charm needs to be deal 50% more damage, maximum effect 10 seconds, cycle begin anew. Okay, so Sinister Strike. Let's say I want Gala Charm. We'll pick that one. So I need to pick a wrist.
Yeah, okay. So
the right one.
You go to, and that's the memory that you have. Yeah. Okay, so you can craft it. Good. That means that you go to the auction house or to your leather worker and either craft or buy a wrist piece, the white wrist piece that is the vessel to hold
81,235.
How much?
81,000.
What, gold?
Yeah.
That's too much.
No, it's not necessarily too much.
On my realm, they're like 300.
Okay, so it depends upon what rank you want to craft. If it's 300, it's probably 190 item level rank 1.
Yeah.
If it's 80,
if it's 90 for 8,000.
There you go. So if you want to, first you need to know what level you want to craft. If you have enough soul ash, you might as well craft the highest possible.
Oh, I got the Missive of Haste, the Missive of Versatility, the Umbra Hide Arm Guard 190, and then I have to go to the...
Why did you buy the 190?
I got lots of soul ash.
Yes, but if you had listened, sorry, but this again, you should buy the one and craft the one that is the highest possible rank for the amount of soul ash that you have. That means if you can afford to craft rank 2, you don't need to craft rank 1.
Yeah.
So you basically waste rank 1 if you craft rank 2 because you can craft rank 4 if you want, if you have the soul ash.
Can we do this process under 100K so I can learn the process and then I can build another legendary, throw that one away?
You don't need to throw one away. can upgrade them.
You upgrade it, yeah.
Yes, but the problem is there's no guide in the game. You have to go outside.
I am your guide if you would listen to me.
Right, just listen. Listen, Linda.
Constructs.
Yes.
Let me explain.
Yes.
Okay. So if you how much soul ash do you have?
3,000.
How much?
3,000.
3,000.
Yeah.
So if you, that's 1250 per
upgrade.
For the first one, it's plus 750 for the second. That's at least rank 2. Rank 3 would require you to have another 1250. So you need to buy a rank 2 to get the highest possible for your amount of soul ash. Or you can buy a second one. Oh, that's not enough either, because you still only have 3,000. And you need 250 more soul ash if you want to have a second one, of which you can only equip one or the other. So, yeah, you can go and see if you can sell that rank 1 that you just bought and then buy the second, or you can just spend, you can just buy the rank 1 or craft the rank 1.
So when I'm at the rune carver,
yes,
you get the option to craft or to upgrade.
Craft, because you don't have one yet.
You don't have one yet, yeah.
Okay.
And then you pick the memory, the property
Missives,
first.
and then the missives, yeah.
Right.
The property first, and then the missives, and then the vessel. And then you hit craft, and then...
welcome to Legendary.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, now you... Yeah.
1,250 soul ash.
It is not an intuitive process.
First you put your left foot in, and then you put your left foot
No,
out.
the advantage of creating a higher level, higher rank legendary right off the bat is that you do not need to buy multiple vessels.
Vessels?
I see.
So had you bought rank 2 right away, you would have saved the 8,000 for rank 1. Now, if you want to upgrade it to rank 2 or 3 or 4, you already spent the 8,000 or how many ever you bought, you spent.
Right.
So in the future, if you want to craft a new one,
go high.
Do the math first.
Right.
And then you want to buy the maximum, the highest rank. So that would be, in your case, 210 would be the highest one you can get.
So now it's to upgrade. You have to buy the same missiles, or you just...
No, you only have to buy the vessel of the higher rank. Because the rank is what...
Yeah, I found that out last night.
The rank is what makes the item, what holds the vessel. The vessel that holds the properties and the missives. The missives and the memory is fixed. You don't ever need to buy them again. Just the higher level vessel.
Higher level vessel, okay. It's not an intuitive process.
No. I needed to be guided through the upgrade myself last night, and I felt kind of like a big dope. Yeah. But can you have more than one legendary?
Yes, sure, you can have more than one. You can only equip one.
Right.
Okay, all right.
You can have
you can own more than one, but you can't own them at the same time.
When I put in my first legendary on Kurly, I kind of like just jumped on the process, and the memory kind of is not fun.
And once you upgrade it, then whatchamacallit, you spend the soul ash or whatnot.
Yes.
Which you can get from your mission table, by the way.
Yes.
Yep.
So you spend the soul ash, you upgrade it, and then the only thing you need is the thing from the auction house,
or from your.
Or you can craft it.
Leather worker, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. On top of the
Missives.
soul ash to upgrade.
Yeah. I think we should retitle this episode "How to Upgrade Your Legendary."
Right.
So the steps, the cost are $12.50 for the base rank 1. Upgrade levels to rank 2 are $7.50. Rank 3 costs $12.50 to upgrade to, and rank 4 costs, I believe, $19.50. So if you theoretically have the total of those 4,
just go to level 4.
You can just go to level 4.
Yeah.
And you'll save the cost for rank 1, 2, and 3 vessels. And it's the same thing later on.
I don't understand. So the people crafting this stuff, how do they craft the different upgrades?
I don't know.
So like there's like a nuance.
There's a 190, a 225, and then
there's a nuance and an explanation there that nobody wants to share on the internet.
I suppose
because if they share it, then their lucrative stream of income becomes null and void, or everyone knows what to do.
It's the difference between, I would say, getting a legendary now and then getting a legendary in like 2 months, because it's still a good piece of gear, even if it's a 190.
Right.
Yes. The process that I don't understand is how to do this in like a group setting where everybody makes cash upgrading these legendary items so that you can share with your friends.
But I don't know what any of those words mean. Sorry.
Nobody wants to share because they're all closely guarding the secret of the crafting system.
No,
so that
you just open once you reach max level, craft level. Right. You automatically unlock the schematics or the ability to learn them, and then you craft them if you have the mats. That's all. There's no secret about it.
Right.
The only problem with it is that there is a ranking system within the crafting. So if you want to unlock the crafting of rank 2 of a vessel, of any vessel, you need to craft 5 rank 1 vessels. If you want to unlock rank 3, you need to, in addition to the 5 rank 1, craft 10 rank 2. And if you want to unlock rank 4, you have to craft, in addition to 5 rank 1, 10 rank 2, you have to craft 15 rank 3 items.
So I've just spent 2,000 soul ash.
Yes.
To upgrade this legendary to rank 2. It's boosted my eye level to 202.
Right.
It's still not the legendary I want, but it's a legendary. Are we all agreed there? It's got my favorite stats on it, which is a plus.
Works for me.
It works for me. It'll do something in PvP, but it's like the legendary I want hasn't dropped in all the dungeons I've run because Ventunax won't give me the drop.
You mean the memory?
Yeah, the memory. He won't give me the memory. He'll probably give me the memory the last day of the expansion before they take legendaries away.
Right.
You know what I can't stand? When you get memories for other specs. I don't understand that.
Yes.
Why you get memories for other specs?
Assassination or subtlety or whatever. It's like I don't use that in my rotation. It's not useful to me.
I hate
I don't
that.
need it. I don't want it.
Thanks for taking a slot in my sack of memories.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that's of value, which is a questionable value, let's put that out there, is that it adds to the total amount of memories that you've unlocked, and you get an achievement at the end.
Woo-hoo.
All right.
Again,
achievements don't pay the rent.
Exactly.
It's questionable value.
Exactly. Like, I feel great. I feel great that this leather worker put the thing out for me, but it's not.
It's not worth a hill of beans.
It's not what I would have gone for. I would have gone for the jewel crafting legendary, but I can't equip more than one of it, so I'll just save the bracers in my bag just in case I have to revert to them. Yeah. But it's like I still got something out of it because I got 1 eye level point, so I do 1% more damage before I get kicked out of the dungeon.
Hey, everything is a learning experience, no matter what.
Exactly. And if you guys didn't get all that, just rewind 10 minutes on the podcast and listen to it a couple more times, like I do sometimes, to get the meat off the bone.
That was a diversion, to say the least.
Anyway, I now have a legendary, so I don't feel as sick. Yay! I can go to Thorghast for a reason now, to gather more soul ash.
Yeah.
It's a learning experience.
The thing that would really upset me in Thorghast is when I would get to the final boss and I wouldn't be able to kill the final boss because he had too much health. So, like, when you have a legendary, sometimes you're in there, you feel like you're riding a scooter instead of a tank.
Can I tell you my Thorghast secret? That's probably not a secret, but I don't know it's not a secret, so I might as well say it's a secret.
Right.
I just go in level 1 every time. Level 1.
Yeah, I've tried that, but sometimes I accidentally put level 2, and then I'm stuck in level 2. And doesn't feel good. I was doing it at level 8 before I realized you could go back to level 1, and I was banging my head against the wall. I couldn't do anything. It was awful. There's like a debuff. You're losing health every 5 seconds. It was awful. I hated it. And then I don't know who told me. Yeah. Someone's like, just lower the level. And I'm like, what do you mean lower the? You just go in at level 1. And now I'm just like, I truck to that thing. Especially the Anduin one. The Anduin one is 18 levels. That's a long time to get the end. That's an hour and a half commitment. That's like,
But you don't need to run all 18 levels.
You can do 6 at a time?
Yeah, and then run out again and reset and run back in and do another 6 and then run back out and
I'd rather just get it over with.
6.
Yeah. But me and my friend Jeff did it, and it took us an hour and a half to do the whole thing. Your
friend Jeff?
Huh?
Your friend Jeff?
My guildmate.
It's good to be in there with a friend.
Yes, but why haven't we heard from him before?
My friend Jeff, he's a WoW friend. Although, it's a kind of a funny story. when I first started playing
why
WoW,
don't we start with your segment?
Okay, all right.
Are you done, Constructs?
I'm good. I've explored the legendary avenue, and I feel like I've learned something today.
Excellent. Awesome. Kurly, how's your week in WoW been?
Crazy, as always. I'm working from home right now, and work from home is really slow. So with my work computer right here and my WoW computer right here, I can jump back and forth.
Right, yeah.
So what was I going to talk about? So rated BGs. Something I never thought I would get into, but again, with the right group of people, anything could be a lot of fun. And apparently we found the right group of people. Now you were asking about my friend Jeff. Jeff is the former boyfriend of the first woman in WoW to ask me to sign a guild charter.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and I remember this was back in 2008 or 9 or whenever it was, right, when anyone you didn't know who spoke to you on the internet was like a child molesting axe murderer, and you were to avoid them at all costs. So what is even more funny is her and I maintained a relationship. I actually went out to visit them in Seattle.
You went to Seattle?
I did.
Oh, so
and there
legit
is a Starbucks on every corner.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I Fraser.
Yeah.
Did you go to the Needle?
Did we? Yes. It was boring.
Right.
I remember. I think it was too cold. They didn't. I think it's a restaurant up top. No, we didn't go actually. It was closed.
Okay.
But Jeff and Jessica have. Huh?
You saw the Needle.
Yes. There's that waterfront market, that outside market there. Is gorgeous, and there's an aquarium there that no one ever talks about, but I don't like aquariums anyway. But so Jeff and Jessica have since broken up.
Wait, what do you have against aquariums?
Well, I don't like zoos or aquariums. I feel like animals should run free, but that's
inside arbor,
like a small little cage, or tank.
Gotcha. All right, go ahead. I won't interrupt anymore.
But did you see that thing on Cher and the Elephant?
Yeah. That
was really good. I cried the whole time. So Jeff and Jessica have since broken up. Jeff is now married to another woman, and he created our rated Battleground group. And he's like rated Battleground group community.
You said R-rated.
Yeah, try saying that 3 times fast. And those are the people that we've been running with and have been having love. They scare me. I mean, talk about people who are into WoW. Like these are people with spreadsheets and Sims. I just found out about Sims. I'm like,
what are Sims? Wait. What are Sims?
It's the simulation. I guess it's an add-on you can get.
Yes.
Yeah, where you can run, rotations to find out what your best DPS is. Oh, and there's also an add-on called Max DPS.
Yeah.
Which will tell you which button to push when.
Right. Okay, I know about that one. But...
Yeah, I found it very distracting.
Right. It is. It is very distracting.
With the button like flashing in the middle of your screen kind of takes away from the game for me. So.
Right.
But although I was never much into add-ons, now that I have a computer that can actually handle them, I did bartender, so I have my buttons all over the place. That's a lot of fun.
It's a brand new world.
So my goal now in Rated Battlegrounds is to try to get my rating up over 1400 so I can upgrade my gear, which would be great. Which I think will be completely different come 9.1, but whatever. Torghast. Again, we were talking about how I hated Torghast at the beginning of the expansion. Now that I know how to make it easy, I don't mind it so much. And it's if you go in with a group, it can be like an instance. You know, we had a tank, we had heals, we had DPS. It can be a lot of fun. Going in at level 8 like I was before, with just me, was horrible. I couldn't even get past anything. It was the worst experience. But again, I just have everything on 1. I may not make as much soul ash. But now that I don't mind doing it as much, it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
My big thing now, of course, is allied races on my second account.
That's your big thing?
Yeah.
I heard you had. Oh, never mind.
It's because we're out of those expansions, which was Warlords of Draenor, and then Battle for Azeroth. They did kind of roll back some of the requirements, but the one that I'm having trouble with, or was having trouble with, and actually stopped, was the Lightforged Draenei, because you have to clear an invasion point that's full of elites.
Oh yeah.
Like elites. And I tried it by myself and couldn't do it. And I ended up, some guy offered to help me. I think, and we were in there for 45 minutes, and we just kept dying over and over again. I was like, that's no fun. So the plan is to level that tune to 60 and then go back and see if it's easier. Because I'm a little OCD when it comes to the allied races. Like, I must have them. It's like, I must have them. And I actually like them too. You know, I get to re-roll tunes to make room for them.
Right.
Like I was saying, like, remember what I did with I had a dark spear troll that was a druid Abazabu, who I went through this whole kind of thing, like, in order to be reborn as a what's the new troll? Dandalari troll. Like, she had to sacrifice herself at the Isle of the thing. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did that myself, and then I re-rolled her as a Dandalari. I did the same thing with Mezzanine, who was my Worgen druid tank, who is now my Kalterian female druid tank.
Good.
Ooh, nice choice. Yeah.
It's very hard to outfit Kalterian females.
No, I'm just saying I'm really, really happy that finally you put that dog out of its misery.
Stop. I like my work. Oh yeah, you all.
It's like I don't have any love for Worgen. And
yeah.
As my queen so often says, muzzle your dog, Your Majesty.
Oh yeah, because Sylvanas and the whole Gilneas thing. Yeah. Which is you can still do that actually, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That whole leveling, like, I brought my level 15. I didn't know you could do this, but I brought my level 15 Nettie, my level 15 rogue, Dark Iron Dwarf rogue, to Battle for Azeroth. And how much fun was Battle for Azeroth? I can't believe I forgot how fun it was. But it's pretty. There's around the time they started figuring out different ways to make quests. So it's not kill 5 of that, gather 5 of this. You know, there's like all kinds of other stuff going on. I loved the missions to the islands too. I thought those were great.
Yeah.
And then I also keep forgetting that I can fly. So I'm like running across mountains and lakes and streams and stuff when I could just hop on a bird and fly over it all. What else? Storyline. I have at least one toon in each covenant, and I finished the Night Fae. Has anyone done Night Fae yet, or not done Night Fae yet? Do you know what the big reveal was with Night Fae?
I haven't finished it yet.
Well, there's a reveal in the night. Somebody who, a well-known and beloved character who died in a previous expansion, comes back in the Night Fae storyline. And I kind of wept a little, I'm not going to lie. And so, but honestly, so far, I think the Bastion storyline is the best. I love the Venthyr is good, but the layout of the land is very confusing. Like trying to get on top of some of them castles is not always fun. Like Night Fae and Bastion, actually Bastion has, I think it could use a few more flight points. And some stuff you have to go around to get to, but all in all, I would say the Venthyr is the hardest. Actually, I did Maldraxxus first.
Yeah.
I like that storyline a lot too, and you get to see some oldies but goodies there as well.
Right.
Like I think of the Covenants as like Gryffindor, Ravenclaw,
yeah.
Slytherin,
right.
You know, like Bastion is Gryffindor, and the Venthyr is Slytherin because that's where the baddie came from. You know.
Who's
but
Hufflepuff?
Yeah, but huh?
Who's Hufflepuff then?
Night Fae. Night Fae is Hufflepuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think the storylines are great. You get to go to other lands in the storylines, and they kind of. I had a hard time understanding like what was going on in the Shadowlands. Like I didn't realize that each zone is like it's supposed to be its own world and it's separate from each other, and that spirits that go to each zone have to go through a certain ritual before they become a resident of that zone, I guess you could say.
Right, right.
And so that was kind of interesting. But all in all, so far, I will say I like Bastion the most. Although tanking in this expansion is a nightmare.
I love it.
Do you really?
As much as I previously disliked Paladins.
Yeah.
A Bastion
How you doing? I get excited, I get giddy and love making mini alts. My dog is trying to poop for the Horde and for the Alliance. It was funny on my head.
It's brilliant. How was your week?
My week has been great. I went to visit everything in Dark Moon Fair with Aprillian in April. And it was funny because Aprillian needed red dye and blue dye for that tailoring thing, and she didn't have any. So Astara came in and said, "Oh, here you go. Oh, wait, I can't talk to you because we're out of sync."
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, I mean, it's so frustrating. So April said, "Oh, well, if you join me, maybe we can talk." And we did the sync thing. And finally, April was able to give it, Astara was able to give it to April. And then April was able to give it to Aprillian. It
sounds like the circle of life.
Right. It's so silly. And so, so we did the Dark Moon Fair. And now we're back in Bastion, Aprillian and April. And It's good. We're making progress. April is level 63. 53, and Aprillian is level 50. Oh, they're both. Oh wait, she's 56, but because we're synced, she's now at level 53. It's okay. We're both in Bastion and we're doing quests. Astara is back in Darkmoon Fair, and she's doing those quests. I think I'm gonna bring in Anana, Tiara, who is my my mage, and she's gonna do some quests too. I'm really impressed because there are a lot of people in Bastion. When I went here before, there weren't that many people. We are not doing the 10% because when we were doing the 10% before, we kept getting killed, which was really...
Oh, war mode?
Yeah, not doing war mode.
I don't like war mode either.
Yeah. It's just... technically war mode is nice, but yeah.
You're inviting gankage.
Right. And I'm like, why are you ganking me? What so what do you get out of ganking somebody?
Me personally, not it depends, nothing really, but there are people who are griefers who like it, and it is World of Warcraft.
Right,
not World of Peacecraft.
Not World of you bring up a valid point. The one thing I do note is that when April is mining, she's getting 2,200 XP with the Wii buff, so that's nice. And I'm doing pet battles, and I'm doing archaeology, and...
You still do archaeology?
I still do archaeology. Gives great XP.
Does it?
It does. And that's... and then I'm getting this ritual participant. What is that about?
On a warlock?
No, this is on my... on April, my night elf. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
All right, I'm gonna pop a screenshot in the show notes for those people to explain why she's getting ritual. Maybe it's part of a quest. Hello? Where are my guys? Where am I?
I have no idea what ritual participation is. Did a pet battle gave me an item to combine with 3 other items? That might be something like that.
Oh, maybe it's part of the first cleansing. Don the vestment, bathe in the pool, ring the vesper. I don't know.
Oh, so it sounds like it's a quest thing.
Right. And I'm in Bastion because I'm trying to do current contact, which I probably shouldn't be doing because I suck.
You don't know. Stop.
Thank you. And that's been my weekend. Wow. The other thing I did was I did do this fruit bites back as my food quest in Ogrimmar, which is always nice to do.
Oh, the cooking quest?
The cooking quest, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's been my week, and wow.
I find it very, very easy to be true. Am allerschönsten war es doch zu Haus, und doch zog mich einst in die Welt hinaus. Und in der Ferne suchte ich mein Glück, wer kennt den Weg zurück.
Now it's time for add-ons. Spotlight, and a whole bunch of other things with Grand Nagus. Grand Nagus, how's your week in WoW been?
Oh, my week in WoW has been very rep focused.
Oh.
What I've done is basically, but my tune has leveled. My Forsaken Priest has reached 56. 58, and then went into Outlands on, I think, Wednesday.
Oh, classic.
Classic, obviously.
Sorry, I was very confused.
I know, it is confusing.
Yeah.
And all
Sorry.
he's doing is classic right now.
And because she was, when the actual expansion dropped, she was 56, I think, so I still had 2 levels to go. And so I was a little behind, and I had to catch up. And by Wednesday night, I was done with that, with catching up, and we basically played in a way, or we play in a way in the guild that, and I knew of this fact, but I never bothered to play according to those quote-unquote rules. But I see the efficiency aspect of it, and I chose to say, okay, why not? Let's try it this way, see how it works. So let me explain. This is all about reputation, and what you want to do, given when you are level 60 and you enter the Outlands at level 60, that means that you are ahead of the curve.
Right.
In a way, your tune is more powerful than it needs to be, because you have those 2 levels that you can basically skip, since you can enter at 58, but you can go with most tunes obviously were level 60, like max level vanilla when the expansion dropped. So they could go straight into dungeons, into Hellfire Ramparts and the Blood Furnace at level 60, because they were able to survive there quite easily. I couldn't at 58 because I was still in greens from level 40s, 50s. So that was not going to happen, especially since I'm a holy priest.
Right.
So what we decided to do is to max out on efficiency with reputation in the way that we grind the dungeons for reputation up until we reach 5,999 of 6,000.
Right.
So 1 point shy of hitting honored. At which point you cease to get reputation on normal difficulty from the initial dungeons that are ramparts and blood furnace and underbog and slave pens and Arcanite crypts and Sethek halls, all those standard normal level, non-max level dungeons. Botanica, and the other ones up there as well. But those aren't as important because those are so close to max level, to level 70 anyway.
Do you have to attune still?
Yes, but not at normal.
Okay, yeah.
So this is where the attunement comes in as well. The effect of attuning, how to optimize the attuning.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's one of the reasons. So I started at 58 and I had to quest and quote unquote waste reputation for Thralmar to get my tune to level 60 to then be able to efficiently heal in the ramparts, which I did. It helped that I was able to get in there at 59 3/4 because people were 61, 62 already.
Yeah.
And they basically didn't need as much healing. So it was helping me quite a bit. So still, I'm always like getting distracted. So what you want to do with this is you want to grind the rep on the factions because you want to grind the rep in the dungeons until you can't get any more rep, and then you want to start questing. So all the rep that you gain from questing in the respective zone, Zangarmarsh, Hellfire Peninsula, Terracar Forest, all that rep that you gain from completing quests goes to the bracket that you don't get rep from the dungeon anymore, which then takes you as close as possible to Revered. And you need to get to Revered to buy the keys.
The attunement, yep.
The attunement keys, exactly, for the level 70 dungeons.
I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah, the Shattered Halls, the Sethig Halls, what's the other one?
The one with all the animals.
Alcatraz.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's those three you need to attune yourself to by reaching revered reputation with the respective faction.
Yep.
And to do that as fast as possible and as efficiently as possible, this is the way that I believe makes the most sense. You don't waste any rep by turning quests in before you haven't maxed out on the dungeon rep accumulation. So that's what I did with the Thralmar faction from Hellfire Citadel and with the dungeons from the Coilfang Reservoir in Zangarmarsh. So I've been mostly grinding those 4 dungeons for the last 5 days. And then whenever there was nothing to do, basically when I didn't have a group, I quested through Hellfire Peninsula and Zangarmarsh, of which I'm about 3/4 through now. Zangarmarsh, that is. I'm currently at, it's apparently a little more left to go, so about 1/3 through. I'm at step 73 in my guide out of 120 steps. So, yeah, about a third, 2/3 through. So that is what I've been doing, what I've been focusing on. And let me tell you, I'm really, really happy with my time spent in WoW. I really love the play style of classic. The fact that we team up so often, not only in dungeons, obviously, but that there are so many groups forming whenever there's stuff to be done. It's just the social aspect of classic is so much better, so much more satisfying than it is in retail.
Right.
At least that's my opinion. So, yeah, I mean, I can't speak for anyone else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and
what I wanted to ask you this earlier. Like, how do you think the play style is different
from retail?
Oh, it's different.
Class?
Yeah,
I talked about this last week. My initial thought is, if you ask me what I like most about the game mechanics and the play style, I would say the talent tree.
Okay.
The choices you can make, the way you can
customize.
Yeah,
Right.
customize.
Yeah.
Tailor customize your
Abilities and
talents.
stuff. Yeah. Yep.
Talents to your liking, to your preferences, to your play style.
I can understand that. Yep.
And with the retail version, you have those 6 rows.
Yeah, which is kind of boring. Yeah.
Which yeah. So I have currently, I'm at as I said, I'm at 60. No, I haven't said it. I'm at 64 currently. So I make an effort now to get to 65, so I can start on the Mana Tombs dungeon,
Right.
in Auchendoon. And then at 66, maybe a little earlier, depending upon if I get the item that I need from Mana Tombs, because sadly there's only one upgrade. My tune fortunately is so well geared because I ran all these dungeons multiple times.
Yeah.
Right.
That I, except for one item, I'm like best in slot geared for the bracket that I'm in.
Well, good for you.
So that's really, really awesome.
And you're a healer?
Yeah, I'm a holy priest.
Holy? Yeah, okay.
Holy priest. So, and it's absolutely insane. I have these floating combat text activated, and I run an add-on for that as well. So I could see the heals that I do on the tank.
Yeah.
And I could steadily see my heals creeping up in the numbers when I started. It was, I think, something in the range of 230. I think 234 was the first base renew that I cast at 59.
Right.
Which I'm assuming is wicked good, yeah.
well,
the numbers are high. It's hard to...
Not necessarily. And so now at 64, I'm at 408.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you doubled it almost.
Yeah. So that's and that's like five character levels, but that's like not really so much, I would say. It's more like if I look at my character sheet I have at 64, I'm at 673 healing power.
Right.
And at level 70, it's suggested that I should aim for about 2,000. So I'm well on my way to there. So it's something that and you guys know it as well. If your gear cooperates, so to speak, if you don't have lousy gear, it makes
total difference. Yeah,
Right,
it
it
makes
does.
one heck of a difference, and it's so much more fun too.
Yeah. It's easier. It's just easier.
Yeah. With the one boss the second boss in Slave Pens, the big lobster guy. He has a mechanic where he puts a debuff on the tank every so often, and then you have to, as a healer, top off the tank to nullify the debuff.
Right.
And the first time in there was struggling really, really much, and it was like almost impossible. And I burned through my entire mana pool.
Wow.
With I think there was even one death in the fight. Now when we go in there and we have a half decent tank, I'm about a quarter through my mana pool.
Oh, nice.
So that's how, and obviously you need to heal more because the tank has more health as well. So it's not only that I have more mana, I'm more efficient.
Throughput. You have more throughput.
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah. So there's and more mana regen as well.
Yeah.
Which is a big thing because you need to the more you can regenerate, the more you can obviously
cast.
So there are those things where, and that's another thing that I really like is that your stats, your resources are more gear dependent. With retail, your level determines your mana pool. You have a fixed mana pool in retail, depending upon your level. There is no ifs or buts. If you are level 60, like for example, you might have 10,000 mana. Just I don't know if it's that much. I'm just saying that might be it. If you're level 50, you might have 10,000 less. I don't know, or 2,000 less. I don't know.
Right.
But it's a fixed number, and it doesn't matter if you have white gear or epic gear.
Legendary gear. You have spirit in classic, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but again, spirit doesn't affect your mana pool. Intelligence
does, yeah.
Or intellect.
Spirit was made of regen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you have.
I can't believe I remember all that.
Yeah, you have spirit, and then you have mana for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So, and then you have spell power. You have critical hit. You have spell critical hit. You have all these different nuances.
Yeah.
So I really like the way that it's not. I mean, I hate to call it dumbed down, but it is in a way.
It's simplified.
See, I think it's just the opposite. I think retail is so much more complicated. I mean, classic is so much more complicated.
Right, it is.
Yes, but
more complicated. You have to focus more. You have to think more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do agree with you that being able to the talent tree, you can have the same class and spec doing two completely different things. Which is what I think. Yes, I do agree with you that's a fun way to play, and I missed that to a point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something where I really.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy yourself. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, what else did I want to say? Let me just go back to my show notes. Was there something? Oh, yeah. One more thing with regards to the second zone that I'm in at the moment, the Sporagar. They are, it's, I just love them. It's so, like
mushroom people.
The mushroom people. and you have that little, and I think that's, in my opinion, one of those side things, projects that you can dive into or absolutely ignore.
Yeah.
It's got nothing relevant other than, well, some recipes for or some gear or whatnot, but it's something that you can totally ignore, and
it's a fun side thing.
Yeah. The only thing that's really that you really, I don't know, kind of have to do is go there and turn in the 4 quests initially to get to do them once, and the rest of the stuff is basically farm rep with them if you want to.
If you want to.
And I just noticed, I just did the initial quest for the hibiscus that you get from Underbog, and for the glow caps. Those quests reward an insane amount of experience, where you normally get between 10 and 12,000. Those quests initially and exclusively for the first turn-in give you 22,000.
Wow.
So that's, absolutely insane amount.
Just saying that a lot.
Yep. So that is something that I really like to see. That they in that early stage of the game already had those little side projects, because there aren't any in vanilla other than kind of the Timbermore hold.
Right.
But you kind of had to do it as well because you needed to gain access to Moonglade and to Winterspring. So it was kind of mandatory after all.
Even though it wasn't mandatory, it was still mandatory.
Yeah.
I hate those mandatory non-mandatories.
So, yeah, I mean, it's something that I really and I mean I like the fact. Speaking of the Timber Mahal, I like the concept. I really do. Right. And I really like it as well that they changed it so that you can go through the place at unfriendly, and you don't need to grind them to neutral. But
like Booty Bay.
Right.
Well, Booty Bay and you're talking about the Blood Hill Buccaneers
or whatever was down there. Yeah.
That's a thing. If you don't want to be murdered as soon as
trying to get in,
as soon as you land on your
boat or whatever,
or when you go into the or step off the plank from the ship, the bruises come up and whack you
instantly.
Yeah. So, that's a thing where I like those small ways how you have those little side projects that you can, you can totally ignore or dive into and almost lose yourself in. Where the Blood Hill Buccaneers, where that rep has profound repercussions for your gameplay. In Booty Bay, obviously. The Sporigol doesn't have that because it's not a kiss and curse faction. So, that's and Shatrath is the other thing where there is that kiss and curse thing again, where if you pledge your loyalty to one faction,
you can't go anywhere near the other.
Rest with them, you lose reputation with the other. So, that's something that, and I've heard about some people that were able to get reputation up with both of them at the same time. There is apparently a mathematical possibility that you can get rep.
Isn't it profession driven?
No, it's the items that you turn in. Like on Aldor's side, it's the fell armaments, and you have the marks of Kil'jaeden and marks of Sargeras.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then on the other side, I can't remember, you have those small rings of fire.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they are. Those 3 different types of
fire signets.
Yeah, you have those. One is a bigger, one is the small batch, one is the big batch, and then you have the armaments and the arcane tome, or what it's called. That's the other one from the Scryers.
Scryers, that's it. That's what okay, yep.
Yeah. So, those are the things that you need to turn in. One more thing I wanted to mention with regards to rep in Zangarmarsh with the Cenarian expedition. one thing that you want to do is that when you get rep, regardless of what and when and in what fashion, make sure that you turn in all your unidentified plant parts before you get to that 5,999 of 6,000, because as soon as you ding honored, the quest to turn them in will go away.
It's way too complicated for my small brain.
Right, it is. I feel you 100%.
Do you know they removed the clouds in the retail version for the cinder clouds and whatnot?
Really?
I have no idea what that is.
That's the Zap Throttle Mote Extractor. You have this engineering toy that you can suck out the clouds.
Right,
you can get
and that was a big thing
fire.
to get those.
In retail, they remove them. They don't generate the items anymore, I guess, because they want people to do melee of the mobs instead.
Right.
So now if you need the primal fires, you have to melee 1,000 of these little elementals.
1,000?
What the what?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
You have to murder so many of them before you could just use to zap the clouds as you were walking through Shadow Moon Valley. But now it's like you gotta actually kill them, murder all those elementals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, your weapons, they don't want to be left out either. So
right,
you have to level weapons in classics, right?
Right.
Yep.
Ugh.
Well, no, it's not that bad. I mean, for me,
we used to go to the pit. That we would level them all in the pit.
Yeah, I remember leveling weapons. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Kurly, for joining us. Shout out to Kyle. I know he's busy right now. End of school and all that stuff. So we expect to hear from him next week. And Kurly, can you join us next week? We really enjoyed having you here.
Maybe, I don't know if I can do next week, but maybe the week after.
Okay. And
I'll keep you updated.
All right. Shout out to Jeppy, wherever you are. Jeppy.
Yeah.
All right. This is Aprillian for the Horde.
It's contracts for those weird days at the auction house buying legendaries.
Kurly?
Yeah.
Oh, this is Kurly for Bifactional and Tunes.
Woo!
And this has been Granegas, Rule of Acquisition number 19. Satisfaction is not guaranteed.